Hi there, I'm Joseph Thompson, and I really appreciate you taking a few moments to join me on this journey, because this is a journey I've been on for quite a while, and I'm really, truly impacted by what God is doing in Uganda and how lives are being changed by people who live there and are part of the everyday struggle. What we decided to do, my wife and I, we started a ministry called Primal Purpose. And the reason we started it is, being Nigerian ourselves, we recognized that one of the things we had to do was make a difference in our country, in our culture, and indeed across the world. I remember reading a book by a guy called Rich Stearns, who I had the privilege of getting to know. It's called The Hole in Our Gospel. And this really impacted me because the whole idea behind this book is the fact that there's so much more to the gospel message than taking care of ourselves and being good stewards of our money and caring about people where we live. The whole idea of the gospel was taking a message to a broken people, to people who are hurting, to people who have little to nothing. And recognizing that we can't change the whole world, but we can tilt it in the right direction, we thought instead of focusing on spreading ourselves everywhere, we'd focus on the single country of Uganda. And the reason we chose Uganda is because we'd connected with some friends there, a young couple, who were already doing the work. And we didn't want to reinvent the wheel. We wanted to go into their country and partner with them in the work they were already doing. Victor and Martha, Victor himself grew up in a slum, and Martha was molested. And so they understand what it's like to be part of a culture and a country where they struggle. Childhood sexual abuse is rampant in the country of Uganda. Kids as young as 8 years old. You might find kids living on the street who have such distended stomachs and who are so malnourished that they can barely cry because life is so tough. And that emanated from the AIDS epidemic that took an entire generation. Victor and Martha decided that they wanted to be part of the solution. And so they started working with street kids and sexually trafficked kids, not only in providing encouragement and resources, but also in providing vocational training so that they could learn a trade that would make a difference for them and their posterity for the rest of their lives, changing their futures. And we realized that if we partnered with Victor and Martha, using our own network of relationships and influence, raised the funds that they needed to provide a building, because a lot of the work they did under big trees, or if a school was gracious enough to let them use the schoolyard, they'd use the schoolyard. And at this point, we figured if they had a building, what they'd be able to do is house some of the kids that they're taking off the streets, some of the sexually trafficked victims, have classrooms to provide the vocational training so that people could learn a trade such as sewing or farming and what have you. And all of that would serve to improve the lives of the people in that entire community that they were working in, where they built the facility. We thought, we'll put our own money into it and we'll raise money from a few friends. And we did, and we started that building. And even though it's not finished, they're using it, it's working functionally because it's got a roof on it, and it's making a difference in the community already. So we figured, what if we went public and invited people along on this journey with us? People who we may not even know, but people who are passionate about helping others. We realized that a cup of coffee costs a little over $5. If you gave up a cup of coffee for one day and donated that money, if we had 10,000 people donate $5, we've met our goal. And so our hope is that we'll get people to share with others about what's going on and be willing to join us on this journey in providing assistance to Victor and Martha to make a difference in the lives of people who really are not looking for handouts. They're simply looking for hand-ups, people who are willing to partner with them and help them provide a better hope and a better future for themselves. The statistics in Uganda are staggering. Would you believe if I told you that 39 out of every 1,000 child dies at childbirth? That is a significant number when it can be zero. And the reason that happens is because they lack the resources and the education. But if we partner with Victor and Martha, much of that changes. And we can bring that number down to zero. We can help create a Uganda where there are people who are actively providing employment for others because they have created wealth management through the businesses and resources that you have helped provide. So I'm inviting you to journey with us, partner with us in this so that we can make a difference in a nation that you might never go to, because until you see the sights, hear the sounds, and smell the smells of a culture, you can never truly know or understand what they're going through. So I'm inviting you, take this journey with us. Let's make a difference in the lives of the children of Uganda. Thank you.